Jason McGuire. He is the president of the Family Research Foundation. Reverend, thanks very much for joining us.
Oh, thanks.
This RV tour, you think that Andrew Cuomo got this idea from you?
Well, we had a little tongue-in-cheek fun with that
Yes,
today.
you did.
We absolutely did. You know, we speculated that the Attorney General was actually perusing our website and got the idea and decided to use that.
I don't think so somehow.
Probably not,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'd like to think he peruses our website from time to time.
Yeah, just to see what the competition is up to, right?
Yeah, generally, we're opposite sides of the issues.
Yes, you are. Well, this one in particular, this is actually a national tour. This is an effort to build support all over the nation for, as we said at the top of the show, traditional marriage. This RV is coming actually from Maine, where this was an issue in particular in the legislature there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stops along the way. It's going to be in 20 some states, I guess, across this tour. The Albany stop will be Saturday, July 17th, just tomorrow, and so we're looking forward to seeing who will come out in the capital region, show their support for marriage between a man and a woman.
Okay, so what exactly happens at these rallies? I mean, does someone speak, and are there speeches, and there's literature, etc.?
Yep, we're joined by 3 speakers. In fact, we'll have Brian Brown, who's the president of the National Organization for Marriage. We'll have Dr. Jennifer Morse from the Ruth Institute, and myself, as well as some local pro-family leaders and various pastors and groups that will come out and show their support for marriage.
So do you think that, or is your feeling generally about this? I mean, we saw Andrew Cuomo, who is, of course, far and away the leader. You know, he's very far ahead in the polls. The money race we already talked about. It's just crazy how much money he has. He recently said that he thought that this would be a priority for him, that passing same-sex marriage, legalizing it in New York, which failed in the Senate, we saw in December, would be a priority. How much of a priority do you think? Now, he's actually trying to cross over and appeal to Republicans, so I mean, he's not going to talk about it all that terribly much.
Well, as you alluded to the fact, he has quite a bit of cash, and so he can certainly have various messages as we head into this campaign season. He is certainly going to try to make that a priority. I think that he has made that evident. Right now, he is in that election mode where he's playing to his base. But I do think that, remember, it takes 2 to tango in Albany.
3, actually.
At 3,
yeah.
And they've got to get it through that state Senate. And after that defeat of 38-24 last December, that's really where the heavy lift is going to have to occur.
But how are you guys combating that? And people, by you guys, I mean like your organization, but also people who are on your side, because you are seeing now, and actually not unprecedented, but an unusual amount of people. I'm seeing multiple PACs. You're seeing the Washington, D.C. folks who are coming in now, and they are starting all of these highly targeted efforts to try and get rid of some of those 8 no votes, right? Those 8 Democrats who joined the Republicans, the entire Republican 30 members there. And also you have 4 empty seats for the Republicans, so you don't know who's going to come in there. How can you combat all that cash?
Well, I think there's actually going to be benefits on both sides. We're seeing those that are trying to unseat those 8 Democrats, but you know, the more chaos that occurs in that party and the more fractious activity that occurs actually helps the GOP. And they stood lockstep. All 30 Republicans were joined by those 8 Democrats in supporting marriage between a man and a woman. And so I don't think that that's really going to be an issue. I think it actually is going to play to the strength of the GOP in that there is fractious battles going on the Democratic side of the aisle. But there are groups, I will add, that are coming in to defend Democrats that stood on that issue. And they're particularly interested in the pro-life and the pro-family issue, and will be defending some of those Democrats this year.
Like who, for example?
National Organization for Marriage will be coming in with some of their political activity and some of their political arms. Conservative Women for America is already playing the SBA list, New Yorkers for Constitutional Freedoms Political Action Committee, and so those groups are already working on those issues.
And we actually saw some of those groups be very active in the 23rd Congressional District, and that became, because there was the moderate Assemblywoman Didi Scazafava there because she had voted yes on marriage. You had Doug Hoffman. So these are groups that are familiar, some of these national groups familiar with New York already, although perhaps not so much at the Senate level. Do you think that you can match the pro-gay marriage folks dollar for dollar?
I think we can. In fact, as you did allude to there in New York 23, Concerned Women for America has already endorsed Doug Hoffman in that race. Anne-Marie Burkle, of course, over in, I think it's New York 25.
Sarah Palin's
Palin, the SBA list, and so they're looking to play. And I know those conversations are occurring. And so it's going to be an exciting year this year in New York, at least at the state Senate level.
Actually, interesting. Before I let you go, I want to talk to you about this. The governor actually tried to put in some same-sex marriage level language into not just his budget extender bill, but the two-way budget agreement. The legislature tried to put it in. Then they took it out because they needed Ruben Diaz's vote. Now it's back in the governor's proposal. This is just a recognition at the tax department level, but nevertheless, you guys opposed this too.
Absolutely. It'd be the first time that we codify that recognition in New York state law, which really is a backdoor attempt to begin to recognize same-sex marriage through the court systems. And again, the language was taken out, the governor's put it in, but we saw where the legislature put those bills. They aren't willing to take it up either.
In the circular file, right. That's probably not going to happen. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining me. We'll be talking to you again soon because I know that this issue is going to be a big one, so thanks so much.
Thank you.